He's excited. Okay.
Welcome to today's video. At Transform Today, we believe that it is crucial to encourage one another with other inspiring stories. There's power, there's hope, and there's joy in our stories. I had the honor to sit down with my dear friend Dominique and interview her with her passion of healthy living and healthy cooking. So stay tuned in this video to hear her story. The second half of the video, you'll also see Dominique's little cooking show that we did together. We made date balls, which were so good, and you need to try them. The recipe will be linked down below. Enjoy this video, guys!
My biggest interest is the intersection between nutrition and culinary, and how it's so important to learn about, what your body needs, but also be able to provide it with what it needs and have just like simple techniques in the kitchen to use. And so I guess I would just encourage everyone to start small, step by step. Anyone can make a smoothie, anyone knows how to make eggs, but I think the biggest thing is just to focus on having more whole foods and things that are less processed. I know there's always room for growth. I'm not going to deny myself some things I want if I want a glass of wine or something else, but also having the majority of your diet be things from there, things that are great for you, and I think everyone can just start small and go from there.
Can you tell me about your journey of finding the passion that you have for healthy eating and healthy living?
Honestly, a lot of it has to do with just my mom cooking a lot at home, and we make a lot of food at home, but also with traveling, I think just seeing people that are not able to kind of feed themselves what they prefer, or not being available to them, and so that sort of led me to want to study how I can nourish my body more. I would probably say my mom and both my grandmas on my dad and mom's side cook a lot, and so they've definitely inspired me in the kitchen, and my mom cooks pretty healthy meals. We didn't really eat out a ton, so probably started there. And I was thinking about this, and I think probably my roommate in college, Jordan, she probably inspired me a lot too, because she ate vegetarian, and I've never really grown up eating vegetarian foods, but that just sort of switched like the possibilities to me, like, oh, these are other things I could have besides chicken and potatoes.
So what are 5 tools that you cannot live without in the kitchen?
It is kind of hard, but I think I got it.
Okay,
so
you got
for
it.
sure, a chef's knife. Can't go without a knife.
Yes.
Along with that, a cutting board, a nice wooden one. I use my Dutch oven so much. I got it as a wedding gift, and I love it. So probably Dutch oven. I don't think it's necessary, but it's what I would want. A spatula, I feel like that's quite necessary. My blender, I have a Vitamix that I use a lot. So
that's really cool. Those are amazing things. Has being married taught you how to cook even more?
Maybe it's been more of like a necessity.
I would assume so.
I for myself probably would cook.
Yes.
So I don't think I've learned. My husband is not a cook. It's fine.
I believe you also have a garden in the summertime that I've seen. So tell me more about, how did you get into gardening in the first place?
Ooh, that definitely started with my dad. He has always had a garden as far as I can remember. And I really don't remember planting much with him. I think he did more of that, and I did more weeding.
Yes.
But it's always been something I thought was fun, and so last summer we had one in the back, and Brian and I worked quite a lot on it.
What did you plant?
We had lots of tomatoes, kale, some squash varieties, and carrots, and lots of herbs. I'd also encourage everyone to just cook something that you want to eat. I'm going to make something I want it to be something I want to eat, and that makes it sustainable and something I can do as a lifestyle as well. So, yeah.
So what's your go-to meal? You know, let's say you have 15 minutes. What would you make?
Saute some veggies, have some eggs, maybe avocado. I think that's like our go-to super fast meal. Or a smoothie.
I love that.
If I'm by myself.
Yes.
Probably needs a little more than that.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to my cooking show. As a little girl, I literally did cooking shows like with my sisters. We would pretend I was Rachel Ray, if you've ever heard of her, and we would film each other with a camcorder. We really did. So this is like grown-up version for me. A dream come true. We're gonna make an easy snack, date energy balls, and I'm gonna show you what I have here first. We have 2 cups of dates. I pitted them already. Usually they're more fresh if they have the pits in them. But yeah, I just have these in the freezer all the time to pop in a smoothie. And then I have a cup of nuts. I use cashews and pecans today. I just love how pecans taste. With this, we have 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, almond milk, about half a tablespoon just to get things moving, some vanilla. I'm gonna do a pinch of salt to bring out all the flavors. Some almond butter, we'll use like 2 tablespoons, and then coconut. I'm gonna probably roll. We're gonna make balls with this, and then I'm gonna roll it in coconut to make it look pretty. So really I'm just gonna dump everything in a food processor, and then we'll roll it up and we'll go from there. So honestly, I'll just put in the dates first. And then we have our cup of pecans and cashews. Yes, did I say that right? And honestly, if you want to do this in a blender, you could. I have like a high-speed, I have a Vitamix. Not everyone has a Vitamix, so just use what you got. But it really is easier with the food processor. And then I'll do a little bit of vanilla. I don't really think you can go overboard with vanilla. I'm not the biggest baker. I like treats, but I know one thing for sure. My grandma's always told me, you want pure vanilla. It's kind of spendy, but if you're gonna use it, use the real stuff. None of that imitation. Who knows what's in there? Let's be real. Little salt for fun. And then some almond butter. Gotta stir it around a little bit. You could use peanut butter if you're into that, or any type of nut butter will work here. My husband doesn't like peanut butter, so I use almond butter. My milk is gonna go in. Pretty sure that's everything. If you want to add a little coconut in the mixture, why not? Just add it for fun. Okay. So now it's time to blend it up. This will be a little bit loud. Okay, so now I'm gonna just roll them, use my hands. I wash them, so let's not stress about it. Into like that's a large tablespoon. A really generous tablespoon, and just roll it in the coconut. You could use coconut flakes or anything, and there you have it. After I finish rolling all these up, I'm gonna pop them in the freezer. And really, dates don't get hard frozen. They'll still be like a little bit chewy, and you can chomp right into it. But it kind of solidifies it and makes it less soft. And just so nice to eat a little cold, chocolatey coconut snack. I love them. Really hits the spot. I've seen so many renditions of like date energy balls, like with peanut butter, like I said. And so I sort of took one, and then now I switch it up like with this kind of nuts I want, or if I want. The one I found didn't have coconut, but I think it looks pretty. So there's quite a few recipes out there. So now they're all rolled up and ready to be popped in the fridge. I'll probably put it in like a container, and then you can grab one anytime you want that sweet snack, and it's ready to go. So here we have our date balls, and I'm gonna have Christina try one.
Yeah, I would love to. They're so good.
A little crunch from the nuts, which is nice.
They're very chocolatey
They're
too.
sweet, yeah. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you try those date balls and have a tasty treat in your freezer. We'll have the recipe below for you to be able to try. We'll see you next time.